right. Oh, that's a funky song. Is it going live? There we go. There it is. Sign into my own chat to chat. All right. Cool. Going. Let me know how the music and volume is. First things first. In description, Blackmagic Training. They're doing trainings almost every other week, maybe like once every like 3 weeks or something. But that's next week, so I don't think I'll live stream. And I don't think I'll do live streams during those weeks because I'd rather you just go and learn from them anyway. So yeah, that's there. There's a link in the description. I think it's Fairlight this next week, so I did that one. It was pretty good. All right, what else we got going? It is. Okay. Stream's still going. I fixed that dumb backspace error where it canceled the stream, so that should be done. I did a bunch of these different titles. I've been working on this one, and it took about 10 minutes to cache, so I did that for the stream. There are a few things I'm going to tweak on it, but I'll show you what I have going and how I kind of set it up. Got this nice 3D scene. And, oh, I should mention the other thing. I have these branches growing. I stole that from a black bird called Sue, so if you get a chance, go check out his channel because he's got some cool stuff. He used this for a vein effect. I wanted to use it for branches, which I thought were pretty cool. They are coming a little bit quick though. I just changed this from 5 seconds to a 10-second clip, so I need to retime some things, especially the Halloween pop-in. And the volumetric fog, which I piped in but I didn't see working, except I think that's what's going on down here. I think that's the fog coming in. Oh, weird. What is that? It's a little artifact there. I don't know what that is. But that's the title effect. Just needs some retiming and some tweaks. But it has some pretty cool features to it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and try and retime things. The problem with Fusion is everything moves so slow. You never know what the timing is, and then you have to wait 10 minutes. So why don't I just go over and show you what I have here. I started with, I think this is, so I started with this picture. That was my foreground. Used a brightness, contrast, and a luma keyer to clean out most of that background, just to keep that foreground. I threw in, no, that's not it. Oh, that's a mask to keep his eyeball, because it was too much was getting taken away of that luma keyer. The little things. Then I just made it a matte so I could luma and use a polygon to kind of key out more of that, get rid of that black. Or was that this? I used a mask to try and clean out more of that. And I used a mask to keep the white so I didn't clean out all the white. So that was a foreground. And then I took that. This was just the skull. I had a picture. This guy here. Actually, I don't think I need to do that. I just masked out some elements, but since it was just black and white, I just cleaned them out anyway. So I just took that skull, just for a little more detail. Threw that on the front. Image plane 3D. And then camera 3D. So in this scene I got the camera 3D. I threw in the moon and the stars, that star background. And then instead of using, I just use the bats to give some motion. So I grab the bats, single bat. I used a transform. Now this is a fun thing with the transform, is you can change it from its normal canvas to a wrap, which will just kind of make it an endless loop of the image. And you scale that down. And then I just used a duplicate node to add in some variation. And then I moved it to get the motion. The one and only problem with doing this is it clips the images a little bit. And in there you can actually see where it clips it, but it's so black and such a dark image you can't even see it much anyway. Let's see if I can find an example. Sometimes in front of the moon you can kind of see like half a bat show up, but it's quick enough that it didn't really bother me. And then I just grabbed the rest of this, duplicated it, or not duplicated, I just copy pasted the rest of this, and then I just rotated the image plane 180 degrees so that I had bats flying the opposite direction. And of course we have our star background and our moon, which is just an ellipse mask over the moon. And then I add in a little bit of glow. 3D plane again, so we have our 3 planes. I'm going to close that so I have more room. So I have my stars, my moon, my foreground with my bats. This is a goofy song. I like it though. Alright. So we have that. Then we have our text. So I used, it's something I discovered messing around with, messing around with the highlight. I was watching something from Simon Stanfield, and he was using the highlight node. And then I discovered, messing around with it, that you can use the highlight not just to do little sparkles, but you can use it to make this ghosting effect, which is pretty neat. So I have my text there, use brightness contrast, boost it up a little. And it's a little dark. I'll have to mess with that because I want it to pop out a little bit more. But it's kind of cool. It makes this wispy text effect. And this is what I stole from Sue, the vein spawns. All right, there's my fog. I need to get my fog working. I have not messed around with fog before, so I didn't quite get it working. So our other text, it's a mess, isn't it? I did steal this text from him too. Now I gotta figure out where that keyframe's at. Which keyframe did I use? Oh, there it is, animate. So it comes in a little quick. So I'm going to use the spline editor, and I'm just going to move those. Resize that. I think it comes in okay. I think it comes in a little too fast though. So I'm going to click on this, start dragging, hold Alt so it doesn't go up and down. And I'll just move it over maybe that far. So the moon's already all the way down. That's what I wanted. And then the green text comes in. And then we get the branches starting to grow over it. And I need to change the lifespan on the branches because they start fading away at the end because I don't have the lifespan correct. I didn't readjust that. So I like the Halloween. That comes in nice. Let's see, P emitter. Lifespan 500. Oh, okay, so let's make this 600 because our whole composition is 600. Actually, let's go to the end and see if they're there or not. What goofy music. Loading. This is the benefit of a video. Just skip all the rendering. Okay, that's still there. What about 580? Has anything disappeared? Yes. So I have other lifespan here. Let's change that to 600. It's going to work. Okay, that looks okay. Has anything else changed? No, it's the same. Okay, so I fix that. All right, that's good. I need to work on the fog, getting the fog working. I want a little fog in there. And then brightening up that happy. Happy, happy, happy. All right. The only issue is with highlight. Yeah, this brightness contrast tends to mess with everything, including that highlight. No, I like that. This place is good. I just want to brighten up the portions that are not. Maybe if I do contrast in this. Up the contrast. Yeah, bring down the brightness a little bit. But then I gotta make the opacity on that. Nope. Make it subtle, not too bad. That highlight. Number of points. Oh, I forgot you could do that. That's why. Yeah, that's how you get the sparkly effect. Just do 1 point though. Oh no, I'm keyframing this. That's not good. It's not what I wanted. We have one number of points. Length. No, I don't want to keyframe the length. Wonder how that got on there. No, the only thing I want to keyframe is it coming on. So that looks pretty good. I wonder if I do a color corrector, I can just boost up saturation. Maybe that'll get me what I need. It looks a little wonky though. Maybe just a little bit of saturation. Contrast, no, I don't want to mess with the whole image. I could, if I don't want to mess with the whole image, I could put that on a 3D plane and kind of make it a 3D image. No, not the lift. Gamma. So hard to get a good look. I want it a little bit transparent, like it's shimmering. But still kind of legible. That's looking pretty good. To the moon. Shoot a laser through the moon. That's not what I want. Wonder why it's red. This red scales all the way up. Yeah, offset with those two different colors. Let's see how that looks. Might be a little too much cut out there. I do like the look of it. Just wish I could get the edges a little less transparent, but I think that's just built into the highlight. That's looking pretty good. Okay, let's see if I can get this volume fog working. Volume fog, shape, cube. You know what? I am going to cheat on that one a little bit. Go back to my other timeline. Because I know in this one, this is Blackbird Called Sue's. This is his title. I'll just show that one. I'll just show it off. I like showing other people's stuff because it's really well done. If I don't crash Resolve doing it. But I am going to figure out how he had his volume fog in there. All right. Maybe. Still thinking. Still loading. Okay. So volume fog, what is that input? Screen input. He has his text. We have his 3D text. Shape 3D. What is this one? Oh, this is the moon. Front light, backlight. Volume fog. So he's got his the text and the moon. Oh, but they're rendered out. Oh, weird. Main render. So for... He's got it rendered out, his main image rendered out as this image input, but the unrendered 3D geometry, all that stuff in 3D scene. Okay. Okay. Let's see, how would we do that then? So that would be equivalent of, well, I would get rid of that. Render. Okay, but then I would need to put in a 3D stuff. I need to put in some elbows so this doesn't get too horribly messy. There we go. Feel like that's how we had it. Scene input image. We have our image. I wonder if he has something different in his volumetric fog. I'm going to steal that and then check it against the one I put in there, because maybe he had some, hey, there's a special something he turned on. Okay, there's his. He's a cube instead of a sphere. Okay. And he's got a different size. He just turned up the size and the soft edge. Looks like. Oh no, he has a sphere. He has a sphere, I got the cube. That doesn't fix it. It's weird that it doesn't show me any, yeah, it doesn't show me anything, so what do I have to mess with to get it working? I wonder if I just pipe his in, if it'll just work. No, so there's something with my scene that is incompatible. Learning. All right. This is just a render 3D, which is what we had. Then we came out of the merge and went in there. So you would think it would work, but what does, maybe his render is different? I bet that's what it is. I bet it has something to do with the renderer. So let's figure out what needs to happen to get a renderer to work for 3D fog. OpenGL, of course. Output channels. You must have a few extras. Object ID and world position. So I know I turned on Object ID to have certain things work with certain nodes. World position, that seems to be interesting. Okay, now we have world position on. That's alright, I just swapped that and put his in there. Size, soft edge. What if I don't have the background? Let's turn that off. Or disconnect it. And that's similar to his. I don't know why I have that in 2 viewers. I don't need it in 2 viewers. So where do we go? All right, let's see what else he changed. He's got anti-aliasing, so it must have changed something in there. Enable it for both. Oh, I took off low quality. Nope. What about lighting? Okay, transparency, sorted, accurate. C buffer fast. Doesn't seem to have made a difference. Ah, but he does have lighting on. So maybe he used a light? All right. Let's do an area light. Oops. Sorry, not an area light. It's called directional light in Fusion. Pipe that in. Whoo! It's a little intense. Shadows destroys it, blows it up. Okay. We're not going to do shadows. Texturing. Sorted, accurate, semi-accurate. Yeah, I don't see anything. Auto resolution? I don't think so. That's all auto. I'm getting closer. So I need to change aspects in the renderer. The main one that changed was world position to get it to work. And then I also need to add in lighting. Which I don't particularly care for, but though that's kind of cool. And almost the branching almost looks like shadows. I'll put a pin in that for now. That's kind of cool, but I want the fog. How do I get the fog? I mean, I could just throw in a little fast noise, but I would kind of like to know how this volume fog works. There's nothing there. We mess with the renderer. I used his exact node. If we mess with some of the parameters. Okay. Okay, he's got an offset here. So maybe it is on, and the other one, you just can't see it because it's offset in a Z space somewhere. So we'll hunt for that. I didn't check if he had a light, but that's okay. Color. Size, soft edge maybe? That changed it, okay. There we go. Okay, so it was just blown up way too much. There we go. That's kind of weird though. I just check around the moon. There's this weird shape. All right. I think I'm going to turn off lighting. It's very strange. I wonder if that is... No, I didn't have any soft edge on it. Things get tricky when you start working with transparency and alpha. It ends up doing some strange things. No, I don't think it's anything to do with that. Oh, I bet it's the soft glow. I bet. Yep. Soft, that's why. That's why I hardly ever use glows, is because it always ends up doing something like this. I think it's because it messes with the gain a little bit. But we'll see. It might blend in and look just fine. So fog on, fog off. Okay. Let's you know, I want to see my whole scene. Oh, that's right. The background. I need to put that back in. Yeah, it's so dark. I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, you don't notice it. The bats, I have to speed up the bats too. Okay, let's wait for this to render. Let's say clip 500. Frame 500. Give that a second. Particles. Alright. Fog off. Fog on. I don't know that you can really tell that there's even fog. Let's now you can tell there's fog. Get yellowish orange, kind of creepy. You can't tell that. So gonna have to choose a color that. Ooh. How's that? I kind of like that. Some nice contrast there. Gives it a little bit of a pop. And then I just need to see if I can maybe thicken up the fog just a little bit. And I'm ready to go trick-or-treating. I lie, I don't trick-or-treat. I just steal my kids' candy. Okay, that might be a little issue. I'm going to pause it. Let's see what that looks like. There's part of a bat. Let's look at the edge on that. Okay. Well, they don't have soft edge. Border width. No. No, it must be the... Is that the fog causing that? Get rid of that one. Yes. Okay. Gain, maybe? Because gain, yeah, gain always... Gain does not like to blend. Subtractive, additive, alpha. See if we can find like a happy medium there. That's blending pretty well. It's a very purpley sky. It's okay. I think it looks pretty good. And it helps the other stuff kind of pop out. I'm not about having a purple moon, but okay, just pause that. Single frame. Volume fog. Depending whether I want to... No, the moon would be behind the fog anyway. I'm gonna mess with this fog a little bit. What left of a soft edge? What about no soft edge? Yeah, let's just... It's completely off. Adds a little purple into it. I like the purple that it adds in there. Get too big and it gets back there a bit. Just adds some nice little detail to the sky. I'll just get in there a little bit. How about that? Then it's not too much, doesn't overbear too much on the moon. Still gives us kind of this pretty nighttime sky. I like that. The bats, let's fix the bats before I forget to do that. They slowed down too much. Suppose I lengthen that clip out. So 2.5 maybe? Actually, I need to be careful to check that because, all right, 2 different speeds. So the further you move it out, the more likely it is to clip them. And then I fade them out at the end, which is good. How do they look at the beginning though? I mean, that one's clipped over there. But for the most part, I don't think you notice it. Lots of bats. They come out, moon comes down. I think that's looking pretty good. And then, yeah, that pops out real nice. Still not sure if I'm happy with this text here. If I'm happy with the happy. I might, and maybe that's something I should just do with the 3D. I like, you know, that ghosted look, but I might just swap it out with more 3D text and then just add in a little bit of transparency so you can see through it in different places. Save that. I'm thinking at the end, after it's been on the screen for a second, maybe transition to that foggy pumpkin, or maybe have that appear in like the moon. We'll see. Let's grab that one. Which one was it? Ah, this guy. A foggy pumpkin. Oop, skip frames. Oh, it's not too bad. I don't know. Could have come to a screeching halt for all I know. Hope not. What was this? Oh, that was my attempt to make fog. It didn't really work. Just had to use a clip. No, not that. Fog. Found fog. I don't need Bowser. I think... yeah, this is just switching my media after that to the forest, so I don't think I need any of that. So let's grab that. And then I'll put that in this other timeline. More junk. Look at all that. Look at all that goofy garbage. I don't need that. That's not being used. That's what a mess. That's what happens when you do fusion compositions. Alright. So this... okay, I think it was just a keyframe issue. No. No, it's not. Media offline. What media is that? pretty sure it's just this clip again. If I delete it and bring it back in, will that work? Yeah. DaVinci is so weird sometimes. Alright. But I don't actually need that, because I'm not going to be using a background on that, so that's really all I need. And I don't know, I want it to show up in the moon somewhere at some point towards the end, so I need to use the moon as a mask, or at least the ellipse from the moon as a mask. I should really be better about naming things. It's the moon. Moon mask, okay. You know what? I don't want to mess with all that, so I'm going to use a wireless. Wireless. For this, I need moon mask. So how would I want that? I would want the pumpkin face. Pumpkin here. I need the pumpkin that I built masked off by oh really I need this whole thing. Oh, that's why. Oh, where'd my input go? Didn't I put that in there? Moon mask. Oh, I wonder if I can't do a wireless node on. No, I can't. You can't do a wireless node for a mask. So moon. But would that? I don't think that would get all of. I don't know if that would come with the mask or not, or would I just get the one clip? Let's try it. Maybe that only works for it worked. Cool. Actually, I think I just want this over at the moon anyway, because then I will just fade out one and fade the other. If I use a merge, yeah. So I'll just want to fade out the moon and maybe fade in the shape. So I just need a merge, because right before that image plane. So I need to find where I have my mask that I like. And I can already tell I have some keyframes on here or something that are fading it out, so there we go. Okay, that's for size. So let's get rid of those. As well as the center position. Reset the size. And the center. And I may have to add in a background to this, just so there's something. But we'll see, maybe I'll just fade it in over top of the moon. All right, what do we have? We have that, or we have that. So I don't think I need any of that there. I don't need the wireless link anymore because I'm just going to plug that right in. That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. We need to adjust some of that though. And I'm going to need to bring up the ending so that I can see. Now it's weird that it's not there. Do that, go back and turn that one down. But it's not showing up because, oh, you know what? Oh, that does make sense. This is all just a background and everything, so that, no, that should go till the end. There we go. That's right. So I don't have this going, the clip going long enough. It's only a 150 frame clip. So I really don't want it coming in till the end. Where did I say? Like 400? Full length of the clip. But it should be coming in like there. Okay. Yeah, 400 is where I have it come in. 400, but that still only puts it at 550. So I may need to put on a time delay. Or time speed, rather. times speed, because I want it to be a little bit longer. So 0.75. Oh, and then I don't have to mess with the clip. Because we put it at 400, so we'll put the delay at 400. And it should pop up. Yes, no. Is that because I have the speed different? No, that should be showing. Okay, there it is. I just gotta see if this fog is going to move, or if DaVinci Resolve is even going to move. Okay. I can barely make out that it is moving. But there we don't have it because, there we go. That should carry it to the end. So now it should be like 220 frames or something. Okay. So that's on there. But the moon's not getting replaced. Why is the moon? Oh, there it goes. Just didn't want to do it before. All right, cool. So how does that look coming in? Fade out the bats. Branches are growing. It should start fading in at around 440. Moon. Oh yeah, I can see it's starting to fade in. And maybe I'll end up fading out that text. Nice. It's much nicer than I thought it might be. I might have to reshape the face a little bit. But if I fade out the text, maybe just throw in a mask and fade it out behind the moon. That would look pretty cool. That's a freaky looking pumpkin. Nice. All right. So I think I did all the things. I think it's pretty much good to go. I will spare you the 15 minutes it's going to take to cache this thing, but that looks pretty decent. A few more tweaks and should be good to go. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. It's a good stopping point. Thanks all for jumping in. Hope you learned something. Feel free to ask questions. That's what these live streams are all about. And yeah, no live stream next week, and we'll see you probably the following week. Happy Halloween in advance. I'll get some of these packs out and some of these assets and do a little video on them in a bit. See ya.